Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into one of the biggest topics out there, artificial intelligence at work.
You hear the buzz everywhere, right? AI is poised to change everything. But is it really living up to all that hype? Let's dig in and see what's actually happening.
Okay, so to start, let's talk about the promise. The side of AI that has business leaders and executives so incredibly excited. And the numbers we're seeing are, well, they're staggering. Take something like HR and recruitment. One report suggests AI can slash the time it takes to hire someone by nearly 70%. Think about that for a second. 69%! That's not just a small tweak. That's a fundamental change in how a company even builds its team.
And look, it's not just about saving time or cutting costs either. We're seeing real, tangible results from major brands. You've got Sephora boosting their upsells by a whopping 40%. Then there's Vodafone, who saw customer satisfaction jump 24%, and their support costs drop by 40%. These are the kinds of bottom-line results that make everyone sit up and pay attention. This next quote really gets to the heart of how the C-suite is thinking about this. It says that leaders are looking for tech that reduces mistakes, and that this is even more important than tech that might reduce headcount. So, the primary goal? It's not just about replacing people. It's about using AI to iron out those costly human errors and just improve the overall quality of work.
All right, so that's the promise. That's the hype. But what happens when we start to peel back the layers and really look at what the academic data is telling us? So a huge meta-analysis from MIT Sloan found something really interesting. You know that whole human-AI synergy thing we hear about all the time? Well, it turns out it doesn't apply everywhere. For tasks that are all about pure decision-making, think medical diagnosis or demand forecasting, the human-AI teams actually did worse than the AI working by itself. But flip that around. For creative tasks, like writing or brainstorming content, that's where the partnership really shines. The human-AI team was better than the best human or the best AI working alone. It's a huge distinction.
And then there's this other twist, coming from research on German firms. You'd think that when a company adopts AI, they'd start training their current staff on how to use it, right? Well, this research found the opposite. Many are actually reducing internal training. Instead, they're changing who they hire. They're bringing in more apprentices and more high-skilled people, but hiring fewer medium-skilled workers. It's a complete pivot in their talent strategy.
So what does all this mean? It means AI isn't just another tool like a spreadsheet. It's a force that is actively reshaping the skill makeup of the entire workforce. This is what experts call skill polarization. It's like the demand grows at the very top for high-skilled workers and at the very bottom for low-skilled workers, but that middle ground, it starts to shrink. It gets hollowed out.
Okay, so that's the high-level data. But let's get down to the ground level. What are employees really doing with these new AI tools day-to-day?
Now, what's really fascinating here is a survey from European Commission employees who are using their own in-house AI. And they found the biggest, most positive impacts were on things like text enhancement and learning. We're not talking about complex data analysis or project management here. The biggest and most frequent wins are coming from those everyday tasks, writing, editing, and just learning new things on the fly. But here's the catch. Even with those great results, most people are still just dipping their toes in the water. Get this, a whopping 60% of these same users said they were either novices or beginners. That points to a massive skills gap, doesn't it? And that skills gap, well, it leads directly to this number, 30%. That's the percentage of employees in that survey who said they flat out need more training and resources to use these tools effectively. They see the potential, but they need help unlocking it.
So that's the big question, isn't it? How do we bridge this gap between AI's incredible potential and the real-world practical challenges of actually using it?
Well, experts point to a few key roadblocks. A big one is that many AI tools work in their own little silos. They can't talk to each other. It's like having a bunch of brilliant experts in a room who all speak different languages. This forces employees to become manual translators, copying and pasting data between systems. It creates friction, things get lost in translation, and it makes it really hard to be flexible.
So the path forward seems to be a smart, step-by-step approach. You start small, you identify those repetitive, high-volume tasks where AI can get you a quick win. Then you choose tools that actually fit with what you're already doing. And maybe most importantly, you have to train your people, monitor how it's going, and just keep tweaking and optimizing.
And really, the key word that makes all of this work is interoperability. It sounds technical, but it's a simple idea. It's the ability for all these different AI tools and human teams and systems to just work together smoothly.
The goal is to create one unified workspace where humans and AI can collaborate seamlessly, not just jump between a dozen different apps.
Okay, so when we put all these pieces together, what does that mean for our future with AI at work?
It seems like the most effective way to use AI isn't just about automation, but about augmentation. It's not about replacing human skills, but enhancing them. The real win is freeing us up from the repetitive stuff so we can double down on what we humans do best. The creativity, the strategy, the messy problem solving.
And as Professor Thomas W. Malone from MIT Sloan puts it, the future isn't about replacing humans with AI, but finding new ways for them to work together effectively. So, the future of work, it really is a partnership, a collaboration between our intelligence and machine intelligence.
Ultimately, the technology is here. That's not the bottleneck anymore. The real question is about us. It's about the choices we make. So I'll leave you with this. How are we going to design a future where humans can do what they do best and AI helps them do it even better?